of a series right here. So what has Julia got left in the tank for game 3? What can he pull out on Bakuryu here?
Exactly, exactly. As good as that game was, we've got more to come. And this is only the first semifinal too. So even after the next game, we've got 2 more series. And presumably awesome series if these guys have gotten to the semifinals of a qualifier. I don't even know who the other 2 semifinalists are. I'm like really nervous because from this series we're going to get 1 Zerg in the final, right? So I'm like really hoping we get a non-Zerg from the other side. But anyway.
I hope similarly.
Yeah, let's get game number 3 going. Alright, first a quick gander at the map. It is going to be Fighting Spirit. We have a rare chance to see this map in a best of 3 now, since we had a lot of 2-0s yesterday and didn't really get to see it, but
have we had a third game in a best of 3 yet? This might be our first.
That we've casted, no. Yeah, that's a good point.
Awesome.
Good.
Okay. So yeah, going to see what these guys can do on Fighting Spirit. Of course, Zerg v Zerg mirror matchup doesn't make a huge amount of difference what map you're playing on. Although if it goes as crazy as the last game, it might just have an effect. So yeah, let's see how this one goes down. Fighting Spirit, game 3.
Here we go. Alright, and here we are in game number 3. LRM Bakuryu, the blue Zerg at the top right. S.A-Julia, the red Zerg at the bottom right. This is the deciding game of this best of 3 match. The winner of this will go on to the finals and is guaranteed a place in the TLS proper. The loser will have to just be content with some qualification points. So a pretty big deal, this game.
Yeah, absolutely, it's a big deal. And you can see both players fighting tooth and nail for it, as demonstrated by the previous match. And after game 1, I was a little bit unsure about whether Julia could actually do anything to really impress me. He just looked like he was just kind of one step behind Bakuryu the whole way, but then boom, straight back into it with game 2. So yeah, I have renewed faith in this slightly mysterious Polish Zerg who I've never heard before. And let's see what he's going to break out in this particular match. It looks like both these guys can be going for... Okay, from the top right-hand corner, from Bakuryu, we have an overpool at least.
You know what? I just realized something.
Go on.
I love Bakuryu, like, he's an awesome player.
Yep.
But I've beaten Julia on the ladder, so that means if Julia wins this game and qualifies, I was actually good enough to qualify for the TLS if I wasn't casting it, see? Boom.
That's good. That's good logic. And once again, we have Julia.
All the players should be thanking me for not participating, because otherwise I would have just knocked them all out.
Yeah, well, exactly. So direct all PMs to sales personal account, if you please. Oh, we so almost get a gas steal again for Julia. He so almost got lucky again with the scouting positions. Oh my god, Bakuryu was living on the edge right there. The drone was actually close enough to get over the extractor whilst his opposition drone placed the extractor down. So really, really close stuff. And Julia throwing down the hatchery in his natural at the same time, so going for the 12 hatch versus Bakuryu's overpool. So this should work out well enough for Julia to be able to hold off.
Dude, I can't believe he guessed right 2 games in a row on 4-player maps, and then like, but the funny thing is this time he's immediately gone for the 12 hatch actually. Now that hasn't worked, so it's not like, you know, he doesn't have a game plan afterwards. Although that definitely cost him quite a few minerals to try that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, man, that's a pretty cool thing to do, though. I mean, you know, you're playing someone like Bakuryu. He's a top-notch Zerg player. You know, his best matchup is ZVZ. I mean, Julia is good, but you know, just to be honest, to be fair, he's not. I wouldn't put him on like the same level as Bakuryu. So it's like, you know, what kind of crazy build can I pull out? And ZVZ also, it's not easy to cheese. It's, you know, it's not like ZVP where, you know, oh, I'll just make Hydralisk and win. Just speedling run by, easy peasy. No, it's not that easy in ZVZ. So yeah, he does a pretty creative build. Even if he loses this this match. I gotta give him some props for that.
Yeah, it was creative, and incredibly for him, it almost worked a second. Well, it almost actually happened a second time in 3 games. So it was definitely well worth a try. It looks like the Ling timing is going to be just a slight bit later than expected here, and he's going to lose a lot of health on his hatchery, but he will be able to get out there, and with decent engagement position, he should be able to defend. Oh, he loses a drone, though. That seemed very, very unnecessary. And there's going to be continued zergling pressure right here, so Julia needs to keep producing the Lings and maybe get another drone out there to defend, but he needs to not lose one this time, because, of course, that really starts to take a pretty nasty toll on his economy pretty quickly. But it looks like Bakuryu running into a pretty unfavorable engagement position, and Julia is going to be able to push him back, and Julia is just about going to be able to save that expansion, but Bakuryu's expansion is now up for himself. So both these players going precisely blow for blow in supply at this point. Looking pretty even.
Bakuryu though. Bakuryu sneaking 2 Zerglings around the side. I don't think Julia saw it. I do not think Julia saw it. So Julia is going to run in. Actually, wait, where'd they go? Where'd they go? Okay, they're going around the 6 o'clock. Bakuryu sees everything with his 2 overlords at Julia's base. Oh man, these Lings could sneak into the main and kill a lot of drones while Julia is focusing on the micro at the front here. Although it looks like both players kind of just dancing back and forth at the beginning. Bakuryu's still not sending these things in. Okay, now send. Nope. Oh. Why is he not sending them in now? I mean, this is the perfect time with both players microing, right?
I don't know, this would be ideal. I'd have thought he'd have just stick a move order into his opponent's main and just say, yeah, come on, Julia, what can you do with that? Looks like he's kind of messing around with it a little bit. This would be a great timing, Bakuryu. What are you doing? Why are you not taking advantage of this position you've put yourself in? This is very, very strange play from a guy as intelligent as he is. We'll see if he can take advantage of that. Both these guys are continuing to hatch Lings. They're really committed to this now. They just have to keep pumping units and stay level with each other until the mutas come out. And both these guys now going to Spire. We have pretty much identical Spire timings happening here too. And it looks like finally Bakuryu is going to send his Lings into Julia's main as Julia tries to get a decent position, actually splitting up his Lings here and maybe going for a surround attack. This could work out very well for the Red Zerg, but it looks like he's slightly failed in his positioning in half the battle there and gets pushed.
Oh my god, but the drones are dying. He doesn't notice now. He notices he's lost 3 drones now. Is he going to lose a 4th drone? He's going to lose 4 drones, and he loses 4 drones, and the Ling attack at the front is not successful. That is a huge blow to his economy. How many drones does he even have left? They're all stacked up. He's not mining gas. The lair is completely, well, the Spire is, well, okay, it's not completely useless. He's already got 400 gas, but man, 4 drones at this stage in the game. Look, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, there's like 6 drones remaining. Bakuryu just killed 40% of his economy with 2 Zerglings.
Oh, what a facepalm moment for Julia. If he loses this game to something like that, where he just wasn't quite paying enough attention and wasn't multitasking well enough, that is regrettable indeed. Although, it has to be said, in that situation, the best player does win. But Julia getting a favorable engagement position in the middle and might be able to take Bakuryu on. It looks like he will be able to do the damage with his Lings going pretty much toe-to-toe right here. But Julia just taking advantage. However, he will be falling behind in link out now, so he needs to pull back and make the best of his reinforcements. He needs to not let those 4 Lings in the middle get caught, almost having them get caught, but not quite. Bakuryu not quite seeing that in time, and having to continue to pump Lings and starting to make Scourge straight off the bat as well. Both of these guys make Scourge.
Why is Julia's Overlord moving towards Bakuryu's base? Usually when you see a Spire, you run away. What the hell? Also, Bakuryu's going to just Scourge the Overlords. He's just going to supply block his opponent and kill him with Zerglings, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Very nice move by Bakuryu. Look at this. Julia now at 20 of 2 supply. His 2 supply is provided by 1 each by each of his hatcheries, and that's it. He has 0 overlords on the field right now. He cannot produce anything. So Bakuryu can now just make Zerglings, and Julia has nothing that he can do to defend. Although, this move could be nice here. Although, he didn't... What's he doing?
No. Julia, you need to grab some drones. Drones are what is going to make the difference at this point. Imagine to pick off 1 Ling, but he needs drone kills. His economy is not in the position it needs to be, and he's way, way behind in terms of overload count. I mean, that's just ridiculous. 2 supply, and now going on up to 10, but 15 versus 20 in total, with, of course, Bakuryu still in the lead. A couple of Scourge hovering over Bakuryu's natural, but I don't think they'll be able to do anything.
He's killing Bakuryu's overlords.
Oh,
you
no,
can't
really?
find this one though, but Bakuryu's supply blocked. Look at that! Now Bakuryu's the one supply blocked. Look, now Julia's got supply and Bakuryu doesn't. But Bakuryu's got like a billion Zerglings.
Yeah, Bakuryu does have a lot of things, but if Julia can hold, he might be doing okay. He needs a good engagement position. He needs to use those drones right now, otherwise he's definitely going to lose this one. He might just be able to hold off, get those drones back into your main right now, Julia, and just hold on for dear life. He does have Scourge still hovering over Bakuryu's hatcheries, but he's going to be going down.
Bakuryu goes on to the finals and has now qualified for the TLS proper. The only question is whether or not he will have that awesome advantage of choosing his group in the group stage. Of course, that is the advantage you get if you win the whole qualifier. So top two qualify, winner of everything gets to pick his group. And since this is the second qualifier, Bakuryu will choose second after Eonzerg. Or sorry, not Bakuryu. If he wins, Bakuryu will choose second. But of course, there is the finals match still to come. And now I'm so eager actually to see who these guys are. Please let there be like non-Zergs. Tell me there's like